Okay, guys, now listen up. We are a real chance of promotion here. So I've brought in a new face just to help get us over the line here. So everybody, I want you to meet Lee Tomlin. On your own time, Roy, not now. Now everybody, let's do a quick warm-up. Just a nice, slow, light jog around the field, please. Thank you. Yeah, just slow, gentle, just take it easy. No, Tomlin, what have you done? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 6 here at Queen of the South on the Impossible Dream as we look to win the Champions League with our Scottish club. And today, it is Scottish Cup action against Premiership Livingston, a big chance to take a scalp there. And then it will be Dunfermline in the league as we look to get ourselves into the Premiership for next season. Now, January window is open and we did make a signing. We made two signings actually, but the big one is Lee Tomlin. He's here for until the end of next season, £700 a week. If any of the Queen asks, he's playing for free. He's a really, really decent player. Now, ignore the physicals. That's not what he's here to do. He's here for passing 15, vision 17. He can take a free kick, finish, dribble. It's the mental and the technical attributes that's why he's here. We're going to look to sit him in that number 10 role and just have him hopefully just supply the bullets for them, some strikers to put home. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is that you can see here, less or just over 24 hours at the club, out for 3 weeks with pulled knee ligaments. So, yeah, that's not quite as ideal as we would like. So we're not going to get to see him today anyway, but he should be back. He should only miss 1 or 2 league games, so hopefully it won't work out too badly. But yeah, disappointing. But I'm excited to see what he can do. I think he could be... Yeah, it could be just what we need to get us over the line here. Now, we did make another signing, a loan signing this time, and that was for Celtic midfielder Kieran Dixon. Now, he is, as I said, a midfielder. We're not paying anything of his wages. Obviously, Celtic being our affiliate club, at least for this season. If we go up next year, that will cease. Now, it says it is a C+. I think he's a little bit better than that. He can kind of cover, we can cover a few positions, but he's here for it to be a midfielder, and he can kind of fill in at that number 10 if we need him to, but he can also play a little bit deeper in midfield. So he's just a little bit of quality that can come in and play midfield for us if and when we need him to do so. So those are the two signings that we've done. We've still got a little bit of time left, but if we look at the finances, to say we're stretching the budget is an understatement. Yeah, we're $1,500 or just about over a week. So that's, as I say, just don't tell the Queen. If she asks, we're doing fine. So yeah, not ideal on that front. But if we can get promoted this year, then it'll be worth it, won't it? Now, speaking of getting promoted, we have to catch you up on what's been happening on the field. There's 4 games to catch you up on. The first one was in the middle of the festive fixtures. Of course, we left off last episode with a win against Greenock Morton, wasn't it, on Boxing Day? So a couple of days later, we faced Wraith Rovers. And let's see how that went. The only goal came midway through the second half for Ray. Yeah, we had a bad day. There's no other way around that. We were horrid. It was a rotated team and also a different formation. Lawless just isn't working. The wingers just aren't working for us. We did play Todd as a number 10 and Gibson a little bit further forward. Whether we needed to actually play like this to get the best out of everybody is maybe something we should have done. But McKay could have played up there, I suppose, and we could have brought Chima in to play in defence. But this is what I went with. It didn't work. We lost. It was terrible. It wasn't that terrible, if I'm honest, because we away from home, we had as many shots as they did. It was just one of those days. Next up, it was Hamilton. Again, this is just, I think, New Year's Day or maybe the 2nd of January even. Another team fighting in the relegation zone, or battle anyway, maybe not the relegation zone, but let's see how we did against them. David Wheater gave us the lead. DeBeo picked out Cochrane to make it 2-0. Before Cochrane turned provider for Cassidy to get our third before half-time. Hamilton pulled one back. Before Fitzpatrick produced a moment of class in stoppage time. So the stronger team went back to our usual formation, and we were much, much better in this one. Really, really played well. Cochrane is continuing to look a star. Swanson played well. They all played well, with the exception of maybe Todd. But anyway, it was a good performance. 3 more points on the board, and you can see 23 shots. Absolutely smashed them. Next up, it was another of the struggling sides down there in the relegation battle. It was perhaps a surprise team to be down there in Kilmarnock, but let's see if we could get past them. Little put us ahead. but Kilmarnock drew level before half-time. Before Wheater sealed the points. So we did deserve to win the game, but we just made very, very hard work of it. Very frustrating to score basically at half-time, and then to concede in stoppage time was frustrating. But David Wheater, we brought him in to hopefully be a guy that could help us move up into the Premiership, and well, he's done a big part there, because with 8 or 9 minutes to go, he went and got the winner for us. So a decent performance, just missing goals really. And the final game to catch you up on was the league's kind of split in two. It's the relegation teams and the promotion teams. Inverness is a promotion team. Let's see how we did against them. Defended well, just could not score. And I think if we were still playing now, we wouldn't have scored. It was not great. And this was the kind of the game that made me bite the bullet and go and try and sign Tomlin, because Todd's just hit a bit of a poor streak, and we can't afford that. Basically, we need options. So if someone's not playing well, there's another option to come in. So only won 2 of the 4 games between episodes. If we look at what it does for the league table, we're up there in second. We're 4 points off Partick Thistle, who are currently top. Arbroath and Ayr are right there with us, and then there is a little bit of a drop off to Dunfermline and Inverness. Wraith have had a bit of a good spell, but you can see Kilmarnock, Greenock, Morton and Hamilton look as though it's going to be 2 of those 3 that are scrapping away for the stay in the league. But first up, it is Premiership Livingston that we're going to be facing. Now, Livingston are struggling in the Premiership. They're currently 10th. So it's a good, this is, if we were to get promoted, you'd imagine this is roughly the part of the table we'll be dealing in next season. So it's a good opportunity for us to see the sort of team that we will need to be better than. So let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and no surprises from us. We are more or less going with the best team that we have. It's Eastwood in goal, DeBeo and Deety, Wheater and Swanson. McKay is the halfback, Cochrane and McGrory in midfield. Dixon needs, I don't know if he's going to be able to play, actually. I'm not sure what this exclamation mark means, but he's on the bench just because he's come in. He needs a rest. Little has picked up. Has he got an injury? He's got an injury. I think there's a couple of people that are out with colds and flus and all that kind of stuff. So you can see we've got a few low knees in as well. None of them are bad players, but wages, as you've seen, is going to prevent us signing anybody else. I can't believe Tim Closer came in on loan, but we've got Tomlin, and that's not really worked out so far, has it? What was I saying? Todd, Roy, Cassidy. We've got injuries, players that are unavailable. Little's unavailable, and Suarez Jr.'s unavailable. So is Patton as well, and obviously Tomlin. So I've confused myself. Let's just see if we can beat Livingston. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. There's a few names I think I recognise, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Bruce Anderson, we signed him at, was it at Barlowtown or was it at Welders? We've definitely signed him on the Impossible Dream before. I'm almost positive. Let's go put on a show. All right, so let's justify the praise that we've had recently. I don't know why we've had praise recently, because we've just maybe been stumbling a little bit, certainly in terms of finding our best form. But this is a big game. It's a big test, and if we can get past them, it would be good to go on a bit of a cup run. If we could get a Celtic or a Rangers away, that would obviously do wonders for the finances, which could do with a little bit of a pick-me-up. So, if we can stay in the cup until that, then that would be a good thing. But on the pitch, as much as anything, this is a good test to see where we stand right now going into next season. But we shouldn't assume we're going to get promoted. We have had a bit of a dip, and Partick Thistle is 4 points away. That's not necessarily. That's a good ball for Todd, and Todd again cannot find the back of the net. He's getting himself in good positions. He's just where he was scoring for fun early on in the year. Those goals have just dried up. But that's what we're bringing Tomlin in to hopefully fix anyway. Swanson with a throw to Roy, back to Swanson. In terms of contracts for next year, I have offered an extension. Todd's offside, I think, isn't he? Is he offside? No, it's going to stand. Oh, well, there you go. He does finally break his goal drought, and what a time to do it. He looked offside. I obviously did not get excited because I just assumed. Oh, no, Fox has played him on. It's a fox in a box in a good way for us. Excellent stuff. Todd, it was a nice finish actually as well, wasn't it? For next season, we've extended the contract offer to... Oh, indeed. Oh, how has he missed? It should be 2-0. Fitzpatrick, his contract was up. We've offered him an extension, so he's signed that. We might even just look to sell him now, but I didn't want to lose him for nothing. Was that Wheater missing a very good opportunity? We should be at least 2-0 up after that. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced that I can't get wingers to work with this team. And if he's not going to be playing, £800 a week is a lot, and he's got a bit of value to him. We might be able to sell him and look to reinvest that, though. Of course, we only get 10% of the money. So, Roy! Oh, is he onside? He is, and it's 2-0 against Premiership Livingston. Wonderful stuff. A great ball in. Roy at the back post plants his header, and it is 2-0. And we could be going into the 5th round of the Scottish Cup. Cassidy with the cross, Roy with the header, no one's anywhere near him. And if this is the standard at the bottom of the Premiership, we could be looking at mid-table next season. What we don't know, of course, is how strong the team that they've played is as well. But yeah, time will tell, I suppose. And there we go with Bruce Anderson. And just like that, we should probably settle down a little bit. That was all very, very simple, wasn't it? We've angered the beast, perhaps. I think it was Barlett. I can't remember where we signed Bruce Anderson. I'm almost positive we did sign him, though. Was it Sheffield Wednesday? If you've been with the channel for a while and you remember where we had Bruce Anderson, let me know. Whether it's the comments, or comments obviously help the algorithm, but wherever it is, I'm curious now where it is. I'm sure we've had him somewhere. Maybe it was Sheffield Wednesday when we first got promoted there. All right, so we want to say don't get complacent here because we've got a demotivated McKay. So you've not been good enough. That will sometimes motivate them, but not on this occasion, unfortunately for us. Hopefully that is not going to affect his performance. We've got Dixon on the bench. He's not really that... That's not really his position, is it? Moddy, don't scratch the chair, mate. When we've dominated this game, we definitely deserve... Moddy, come on, mate. Do you want to come up? You can come up if you want. Here we go, Swanson. Here we go. Morty's here. McGrory. Oh, it's a wonderful strike from Calvin McGrory for his first goal of the season. This is his first goal for the club. It is. And what a goal it is as well. 3-1 is the score now. That's exciting, isn't it, Morty? And Swanson, it was with the ball in again. He is... Oh, well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was... Oh, well, you can't really give Swanson an assist for that, even if it it was tackled away from him, wasn't it? But it was a wonderful finish from McGrory. It is 3-1. And can we start to get excited again now? Do we need to make any changes? We don't really need to rest players necessarily because... Oh, come on, Morty. We only have a game a week. So, oh, it was almost a stunner from Todd. He's got his appetite for goals back. Morty, oh, come on, mate. And now we've got Cochrane. Ball in. Oh, looking for Wheater, no doubt. And an excellent touch from Holt, and that will end the highlights. Oh, what are you doing, you silly cat? All right, with another highlight here as Morty goes back to the floor. Todd, all the way back there for Ndidi. Waits for Anderson. This is nice. McGrory back to McKay. Ball forward looking for Roy. Oh, it was a good leap. A decent header. But he just couldn't quite keep it down. And Todd is now injured. We're running out of number 10s here, aren't we? All right, Fitzpatrick. It's almost like the universe is trying to tell me Fitzpatrick has to play as a number 10. We could have maybe looked to shut the game down a little bit, actually, in hindsight there, but this is working. We're putting them under pressure, so we'll go with it. Ball forward, and Swanson's let him in behind. Eastwood is there to make the save. Let's maybe just start and look to close this down. Ball in, away. It is away. David Wheater's there. He's not letting anybody beat him in the air, is he? And here we go now with Cochrane. Going to close down Lewis. Doesn't happen. Swanson, can he stop the cross? He can't. Eastwood is there, and Bruce Anderson has a second. And it's 3-2. And this tie, again, is back on. We just... Yeah, I mean, Eastwood's got to do better, really, doesn't he? Morty, please don't scratch the chair. That's all I ask of you. And we've come straight back for a kickoff highlight. Fitzpatrick, oh, gives it away. Let's just give it a focus now. Because it's drifting, isn't it? It's drifting. And DT, can he win that ball back? We pick it up. All right, is this going to be our highlight after all? And Morty is back. DeBeo. It's forward for Cassidy. Does well to keep possession. Cochrane to Fitzpatrick. Come on, Fitzy. What's he got? Look at wide for Swanson. Look wide for Swanson. He threads a ball himself through for Roy, and that is a stunning goal. Roy did not miss that ball, did he? Rocketed into the back of the net. And just as Livingston thought they were back in the tie, Roy extinguishes their hope with a wonderful, wonderful strike. It was a good bit of play from Fitzpatrick as well, wasn't it? Maybe he's a number 10. Maybe we don't want to sell him. Should we look to retrain him is the big question now, I suppose, isn't it? We've given them the focus shout, but that'll be us in the next round. We've dominated that game. We deserve it. Defensively at times, maybe not the best. But we move on in the cup to the 5th round. Hopefully the injury to Todd isn't too serious. But yeah, nice work, everybody. All right, so we can see the other results here. Rangers and Celtic, have they both gone through? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I don't see them there. Maybe they've got TV games or something. Anyway, we've done our job, but we've got past the Premiership team. The Todd injury is, well, that's kind of serious, isn't it? Up to 2 months. And we've got $8,000, which helps, obviously, but not it's not the be-all and end-all. And Roy ends his goal drought, and we will move on to the next game, which is, of course, Dunfermline in the league. If we get the draw for the Scottish Cup, I said Irish Cup then, that's an old habit, isn't it? I will obviously let you know who we get. Okay, welcome back. Now, we have got Dundee in the next round of the Cup. Now, Dundee are currently 11th in the Scottish Premiership, so there's no reason to think we couldn't go and beat them as well, though this time we will be away from home, not at home as we were against Livingston. So, very, very winnable, though, I would say, that tie, having seen what we just did to Livingston. But we're about to face Dundee, a team we've put 10 goals past in 2 games already this season. We're expecting a 4-4-2 from them, and this is the team that we're sending out. So it's Eastwood in goal. It is DeBeo and Diti, Wheater and Swanson. It is McKay with behind Cochrane and Little. Dixon is going to make his debut for us. He's going to come in and play the number 10 role with Roy and Cassidy going up top. Bench of Ray, the backup goalkeeper, Gibson, Cooper, McGrory, Joseph, Fitzpatrick, and Ewan East is the backup striker. Let's hope we don't need him. Okay, so we can see the team sheets. Now, while we have put 10 past them, they've also scored 3. So, you know, they can beat us. They'll beat our defence, I should say. Hopefully, we will continue to Kevin Keegan them here. This is the match we should be winning. Make sure you do. I don't know if that was a bit too much. I don't like saying that. Stick to the game plan. Stay patient. We'll be fine. Let's put on a real show out there. Let's go with that. That's what we said against Livingston, I think, too, wasn't it? More or less, something along those lines. Now, when we played them last time, where we absolutely smashed them was in the air. We scored, I think, 3 from set pieces, and the other 2 were from corners, I think, and the other 2 were from crosses from open play. So we can get ourselves into those sorts of positions. Roy, we know, is good in the air, and Wheater from a corner should be, should be quite good, shouldn't he? But not much has happened yet, and we are 20-odd minutes into this one. Let's give them some more encouragement. We've got a highlight. Starts with Dunfermline on the ball, and let's see if we can win this back. DeBeo, no, can't get to it. Haven't obviously seen anything from Dixon yet. It's always a little bit nervy. You know, we don't know if he's quite good enough for this level. There's a decent ball in behind Wheater, and Eastwood makes the save. We do have Fitzpatrick on the bench, of course, who we can bring off, and he can come on and play the number 10 role for us if Dixon doesn't quite work out for us on debut. McKay heads it away, and Todorov has inexplicably run that out of play, has he? Swanson with a throw. Come on, boys. Let's get something together here. Here we go with Dixon. Back to McKay. Wheater. Forward for Little. to McKay again. There's a decent ball for Cassidy. Easy odds of penalty. Doesn't matter if he's onside, I don't think, because that is a stonewall. And, I mean, question marks about a red card. Was he actually playing at the ball there, or did he just drag down his leg from behind? Anyway, Little from the spot. Can he find the back of the net? Yes, he can. And it is 1-0. We've broken down the Dunfermline defence. And 9th of the season for Ben Little. Not bad for someone who spent the first part of the season playing as the halfback. Mind you, he's on penalties. I think of those 9 goals, 7 of them are penalties, I think. Yeah, he's maybe not free scoring from open play. Pen Little, does that work? Piddle? Maybe we can just call him Piddle. Dixon will pick up the loose ball. Can he whip a good cross in? He gets himself into a good position, checks back and loses out. A little bit unlucky, perhaps. Ball forward. Wheater goes across to take on Whiten. And there we go again. Whiten, of course, if you remember back, if you were with me with the Heart series, Whiten has absolutely run rings around Wheater there and hit the post. But we had him at Heart. I'm almost, another one I'm almost positive about. Let's give it a focus coming into half-time. We just need to make sure that we have a lead when I see them in the dressing room. Swanson to McKay, back to Swanson. They've definitely changed the way they're defending. Swanson's got a little bit of space there. If we can find him, we can't quite. Because last time we were just doing him down the flanks. Dixon with a wonderful ball for Cassidy, and the goalkeeper makes a good save. But that was more like it from the youngster at the number 10, wasn't it? On loan from Celtic, of course. But that, oh no, it's not quite half-time. Swanson with a throw. Can we get a late second? There's the cross. Cassidy can't get to it. Cochrane should pick up the loose ball. To Nditi. Back to Cochrane. McKay. Dixon. Cassidy. Little. For McKay again. Ball forward for Cassidy. And this time he's onside. This time he sticks it away. And it'll be the last kick of the first half. And it is 2-0. And I haven't seen a score from Partick Thistle. But worst case scenario, if we're winning, the gap's going to stay 4 points, isn't it? And we play them next in the league as well. I think it's away from home, which kind of looks a little bit like a must-not-lose game, as more so than a must-win, because we wouldn't want to be 7 points behind them. 4 points, though, you'd imagine it would be manageable. Teams are going to drop points in this division, aren't they? So we want to say, don't get complacent. We want to pump our fists and say, go on, boys. And if we defend properly, then this game should be done, shouldn't it? But we've seen before, we don't always defend properly. Livingston, for example. Dixon does well. Little. Actually, it looks as though they've maybe even overcompensated from the last game. And the middle of the park looks to be where the space is, doesn't it? Cochrane gets it wide for DeBayo. Maybe they've adjusted and we're going to get the wide spaces to ourselves again. Good ball in. We're queuing up in the middle. Cochrane wins it back. Cochrane to Little. Little has a go. He scored 2 of those already this season. Has another go for Swanson. Can he... a nice low cross in there? No. He does eventually get the cross in, and it is Ali Roy with the header. And it's a 14th of the season for Ali Roy. And it's 3-0 early in the second half, and that should be the game. Now, I think that's 13 goals we've scored against them in 3 games. Could we rack up another 5? Poor old Dunfermline. Ball in, Roy in the air. Goalkeeper's in sort of no man's land there, isn't he? Didn't really come for it, but wasn't on his goal line either. Partick Thistle have taken the lead. So we do need to make sure we're winning this. And if they beat Arbroath, then it suddenly looks a little bit like a two-horse race for this automatic promotion and champions. Oh, DeBayo does well. Good ball in. He's offside though, Wheaton, isn't he? Yes, he is. Oh, Whiten, I should say. But there's a warning for us, boys. We can't get complacent on this. DeBayo did well first time, and that actually played him offside, didn't it? Because Whiten went for the first one. So DeBayo has he saved the goal there. Let's keep praising them. Wheater on a booking is not ideal given his lack of pace, but we'll trust him that he's not going to do anything silly. And Little wins that back for us. Cochrane to Wheater. McKay, Swanson, and Nditi. Cochrane, is DeBayo going to make a run? No. We can afford to be patient, can't we? We don't have to push the game. There's a run for De Bayo. Cochrane finds him. Can he get that cross in? Roy is lurking. Cassidy's lurking. There's the cross. Roy, header off the crossbar. It is a big question as to whether we renew Roy for next year or not. Like I said, I think it was last episode, I'm sort of working the transfer market a little bit now, thinking that we are going to be in the Premiership next season. Wheater's done well there, hasn't he? Good defending. And is Roy going to be enough for us in the Premiership? It's still not the league, is it? The Premiership. And I'm not sure he is. But, you know, you get 14 goals in a promotion season. Hypothetically, should that be the case, he might end up with 20 goals if we end up with promotion. And it seems silly not to keep him, really, doesn't it? Let's give Cochrane a rest here. Let's get McGrory on for him. And Nditi's not having a great game. Well, we don't really have another centre-back because it would mean moving McKay back, and I can't be bothered doing that at 3-0. But there we go. It's been a comfortable win against Dunfermline. It keeps us in the title race, assuming, and I didn't see another score come through from the Partick Arbroath game, so I'm going to assume that they've won. No, they haven't. They haven't. Arbroath has equalised. So we are 2 points off top coming into our game against Partick. We could go top for sure if we beat them. And I think we'll have to come back and show that game. We'll have to come straight back. Swanson continues to look very, very good for us. And if we have a look at we just saw what it's done to the league table. But yeah, it is a 4-horse race, isn't it, for promotion? Ourselves, Partick, Arbroath, and Ayr. And they're all very good teams, to be fair. They've all beaten us this season. I think we've just about beaten them as well. But well, this is what we'll be back for next episode. It is away to Partick Thistle. I think we have to come back for it because we can go top, and then away to Dundee in the FA. The FA is called the Scottish Cup, the Scottish FA Cup. So that is 2 big games, and yeah, it just happens that we come straight back for it. So that's next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.